for some action. Better question, is anyone ever not ready for action? I didn't think so. We see it throughout college football every year, and we're lucky to have it again here. Welcome to DeKalb, Illinois, and home to the Northern Illinois Huskies. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Kent State Golden Flashes, taking on another team from the MAC, the Northern Illinois Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Northern Illinois about to kick it off as we get things started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So Kent State's offense takes the field. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down. He started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David. Up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position 1, objective number 1 today. Protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
You want to get the crowd out of the game? Make it boring. Pound the football. Run the football right at them. It takes the juice away. It takes that sauce away. You don't get to those third down situations where they get absolutely bonkers, and it's hard for the quarterback to even think. Just run the football right at them.
Going to try to get it himself. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
Well, for this defense now, being good against the pass is not just going to be in the back end covering people. It's going to be trying to contain this guy at the quarterback position. He is lethal, especially when things go off script. You saw it on that one. First down, they dial up the pass play. You're not able to get him on the ground, and now they've gotten another first down.
Let's talk for a second about Kent State. Biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And, David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a 3-star defensive lineman. A guy like that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
Punt is in the air. Takes it on the return. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. So Northern Illinois' offense will take the field for the first time. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
Nah, you got to hold on to that rock, but it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. Now, a running back they could really depend on. He becomes that guy. If he can grow into that, this offense can take that next step.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down.
Well, the sack on the last play obviously put them behind the chains. He's doing everything he can on this scramble to try and go and get the first down, but got to give the defense tons of credit. Not only do you get the sack the previous play, but you're able to chase down a pretty athletic guy and now set up 4th.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Martin. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Quarterbacks love receivers that can do damage once they have the football in his hands. No doubt there. Easy slant, completion, and then let your receiver go make hay once he has the ball.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And that's just pure speed off the line of scrimmage. That offensive tackle had no shot. Barely even got a hand on that D-end as he came around the outside.
So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. It's a draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
They try to go draw, but there's just way too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line. And then the offense has a negative play.
They might want to find a way to put it in drive and go forward. It's 3rd and 16. Fires one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
The golden flashes send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Catch in the middle, it's given. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long, you bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Finds his man. It's Gibbons. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
Coming up, 4th down.
Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away.
To kick it away.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position.
Will take over 1st and 10.
He'll try to pop the draw. Keeps his way from home. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And the Golden Flashes come to the line in the hurry-up. Gives it to the back on the draw. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. Offense lining up quickly.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
He'll pull it down. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact. The Golden Flashes will have it 1st and 10.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing I've got man coverage. If it's not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Kent State. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the 1st time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Off the play fake on 1st down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
The Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Caught behind the line. It's Johnson. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up fourth down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's the end of the period, and Kent State is out front. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Right back to the well. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love.
There he goes. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in. They've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
And the golden flashes will hustle to the line. From the red zone, looking for a man. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And that's a big missed opportunity there. And sometimes it's just those small things. It's getting your feet set so you can throw the ball with good accuracy. A lot of times guys are open and you just rush it, you hurry it. This quarterback's just got to settle down a little bit, take the time, and hit that open guy.
Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
And the quarterback knew that that counter run play was going to be successful. He did a nice job counting the box before the snap. He knew he had good numbers. He knew he had good angles and blocking. So that is a green-lit play from the get-go. Hand it off, go make yards.
Bully ball on third and short. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, golden flashes.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Let's see what he can do with the return. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The handoff to Johnson. They make the stop right there, but Northern Illinois has the first down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Power football with the run. The spin, still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through. And it's
time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. A little screen to the running back. Across the 45. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching plan.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
Quarterback on the keeper. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. All right, guys, let's chat a little bit about Northern Illinois. Good pickup on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star offensive lineman gives them a verbal, and this is the type of talent they need to get into the program and then develop.
Yeah, and this really was more of an emotional decision, I think, for him as well. He's been a fan of this program ever since he was a young boy, and now he's getting a chance to live out his dreams. As a 3-star, he had opportunities to go elsewhere, to play in better conferences against better competition, but this for him felt like home. And now he has a chance to go out and live that dream.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Field goal is good. Now the lead is down to 11.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
The Golden Flashes headed quickly to the line. Looking to fire. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
And the Golden Flashes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Golden Flashes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Look at that, just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. They say no thanks to that pass interference penalty, and they'll take the results of the play. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Makes the catch. It's Martin. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And the Golden Flashes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here comes the hurry up.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the 1st down. And what do they do right away? Right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Harris. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Third down has been right in the wheelhouse on this drive. They've already converted a couple of times, but they need the full 10 yards now. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. The Golden Flashes racing to the line in the hurry up. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew he was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he's going to carry the ball.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. Trying to pound their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Kent State.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
Number 49, set to advance on the football.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on it.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Going to swing it on second down. Going for the big play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Over the middle, it's Rodgers. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
That might be the play that turns the momentum in this game, right? They're getting blown out right now on the scoreboard. It's late in the half. They've got to come away with a touchdown, but that might be the guy you need to keep going back to in the passing game to get yourself back in this game.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Tight end now in motion. They'll give it to Johnson. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Now on third down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Hunt is on its way. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Got the first down and more. He now has 63 yards rushing so far in this one, and he's closing in on 1,200 for the season. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Martin. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple.
And you see on that play the confidence that he has in that playmaker on the perimeter of the field. He's already had a couple catches in this game. It seems like he's always open. And right there, nice job fitting that football into a small space, and great awareness by the receiver getting his feet down in bounds.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Taking down.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keeps it on the bootleg. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They kick it away on 4th down. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Gibbons. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Back to throw time, running short in the half. Grabbed over the middle, it's Gibbons. Tackled at the 29, let's give him 5 on that one. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like you've got a great scene there today in DeKalb. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Husky Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the golden flashes will kick it off to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Rodg. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like, this offense, When I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They'll try the run. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. He now has 72 yards on the ground so far, and he is closing in on that 1,200-yard mark for the season. The give on the option. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The golden flashes want to crank the tempo. After the run, now to throw. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Leaves it with the back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
It's 3rd down.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Martin. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
Quick strike complete. Touchdown, golden flashes. And the stomping has commenced.
Number 21.
My man, get him the ball. He will do the rest. Catches the football, walks into the end zone. Feed that man the rock.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. Makes the catch. It's Rodgers. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Wants to throw on first down. And the Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Makes the grab. It's Rodgers. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Stands in and takes the hit. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Taking it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Nick.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Touchdown, Kent State! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. These guys wanted to make a statement. The statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop them. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and the score is 35-3. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Rodgers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. looking to fire. The sure hands, it's Bryant. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
With the catch, it's Rodgers. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Here we go. Back to pass. He's going to run it. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there, and that time it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the 2nd half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Give to the running back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And this is an offense that really relies on its running game on that 2nd down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get a first.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
Quickly complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Rodgers. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle. He's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
Smashes it between the uprights.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They go to the ground. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. So the final period starts with a second down play. The give is to Garcia. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. And the golden flashes want to move quickly.
And this is what leaders do at the quarterback position, guys. After throwing 2 picks a week ago, he was able to put that game behind him, refocus the...
And the rush will get to him at the 25. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
The golden flashes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's going to take off. Crosses the 35. Quarterback gets the first down and more. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
The give on the counter. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. You have a big lead in the 4th quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, it's saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think, you know, there's some psychological warfare, right? There's some, I'm going to get in your head. There's some, I want to beat you on recruiting trail and in the future, and, you know, kind of take that and a little rub their nose in it.
The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Running back searching for a hole. Makes a man miss. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that point if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
Northern Illinois back to work after picking up the first down. They've been running it, but now the pass. Dumps it off in the flats. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
And it was a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Makes the grab ready for the first down. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Honestly, it just looks like the defense has better players on the field, and that's really demonstrated itself throughout the course of the game. They've got more speed. They've been able to shut this offense down in every possible way, and even on that last one, not letting them get out of bounds. You got to be impressed with what you've seen by this defense.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. With that penalty, they give this offense a little helping hand. Now it's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lynch. Turning it on. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. On the run, it's Lynch. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Now the play fake. And he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Husky! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The extra point is good, but the lead is still huge. It's 35-13. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Trying play action. Finds his tight end. Oh, he's got some space. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And the defense holds firm. No hiccup at all on that play. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need to push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
Moves away as he feels pressure. Got his man on the right. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
And that's what the running game can do for an offense. You run the football, you have some success. Then what do? You stick the ball out there, you pull it back, you run some play action, you complete the football, get a first down. Nice balance by this offense.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
And the golden flashes, trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage. And this defense has taken some licks. This QB's made them look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Quarterback quarterback's just going to take a knee.
Hey, how about this, D? You think they're locked in and dialed into this quarterback and his ability to run the football? You've seen him make plays throughout this game. They know it. They're seeing it, and they're making sure that guy's not going to beat him.
How about this defense just wrecking the offense on the last 2 plays and forcing a 3rd and goal? And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get it done.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.